Hey, howdy there. Good morning, as it happens to be for me. I don't know what it is for you when you're watching this, but good day. And this is Dr. A. Allen Rao, all of COVID-19 Common Sense. And I've decided to also name or extend the name or rename a little bit and say this is either COVID-19 Common Sense or maybe COVID-19 Uncommon Sense. And I'm claiming use in commerce of those trademarks of COVID-19 common sense and COVID-19 uncommon sense. Not that I want to restrict the flow of this information. Please share it, share it, share it everywhere that you can. But just want to make sure that nobody tries to put out misinformation under that. So anyhow, here I am, Dr. A. Allen Rao, PhD in education, actually, and what I say is not legal advice, should not be construed as investment advice, nor medical advice. I'm not a doctor, not a lawyer, not a registered financial advisor, or any of those things, but I do claim to have a little bit of common sense yet left, and I'm definitely calling BS. I'm calling BS right now on this email that I got from AMC. And if you don't know who AMC is, they show movies. They have these movie theaters all around the country, and that's what they do. And so they put out this email, this very virtuous email on the surface of it, saying, "Hey, we're cleaning up the place between every showing, and we are cleaning all the surfaces here." Well, you probably should have been doing that anyhow. Glad you're doing it now. But I've been harsh in the past on washing your hands. And yes, by all means, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Do it. It's worthwhile. But remember, this is primarily an airborne pathogen that we're dealing with so far. It hasn't morphed into the point that it's going to run across the ground and jump on us. All right. Yeah. And if you infect your hands and stick them in a nostril or one of the other, I think we have 7 holes, orifices, I should say, in our body. I count mine as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I count 7, but we won't get private on that. However many you have, especially when it comes to your nostrils and your mouth, you probably shouldn't be sticking your fingers in there anyhow. But yeah, wash your hands. Keep your hands clean by all means. But thinking that washing your hands is going to keep you totally safe from an airborne pathogen, I call BS on that. And I think there's been a lot of either well-intentioned but misinformed, or perhaps poorly intentioned, whatever information going around saying, "Hey, number 1, wash your hands. Number 1, wash your hands." Well, if that makes you feel good, I'm glad that makes you feel good, because if that reduces your stress in the midst of these trying times, that'll probably help you resist whatever the disease is that's attacking you. But it is not the primary line of defense. Dang it. These are airborne pathogens. And if you think you can go trotting off to some movie, AMC or otherwise, and sit there with a bunch of other folks in the midst of a virus epidemic that is growing exponentially, and mathematically speaking is probably according to Reed's law of network effects, and that's really scary if you're a mathematician, because it's not n squared, it's to the nth. So anyhow, don't worry if you're not a mathematician. Don't let that bother you. It's just that you're not going to be safe just sitting in the midst of a movie, even if they say, like AMC says in their email, "Hey, we are going to make sure that that we sell, I don't know, half the amount of tickets as we normally sell or something. You're going to have plenty of room in that movie theater." Well, you think they're going to go in there and make sure that you're sitting at least 12 to 15 feet away from anyone else in there? And do you think also that their air handling capacity is something that's going to filter out all pathogens? I'll address air handling capacities and pure air and clean air and all that sort of stuff and how it should apply elsewhere in detail. But just believe me, that is not good social distancing, to think you can wash your hands and go to the movies as many times as you want to and whenever you want to make sure that AMC keeps getting their income, and think you're going to be safe from this airborne pathogen. Come on, America, let's wake up. Let's use our heads. If we haven't been, it is time for some common sense. And if we are lacking that, let's have some uncommon sense. So on this one, this is again Dr. A. Allen Rao signing out from COVID-19 Common Sense and Uncommon Sense Central. Dr. Rao, also AKA, also known as the Thomas Pain in the Butt of COVID-19. Okay, have a great, safe day. Breathe clean air. Keep your fingers out of your orifices and be well and prosper. Bye.